guys? Obviously it's Captain Obvious, and welcome to the Armory. In today's episode, I will be reviewing the QBZ-95B. Now, out of all the carbines in this game, this is a very unique weapon. There's a lot of things that are cool about this weapon that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. Let's get into it. So the weapon is unlocked after receiving the It Goes Boom assignment, which requires you to get 50 AT rocket kills, kill one enemy with a repair torch, that's a vehicle, and for winning 5 games of Conquest. To begin with, let's go over the statistics for the QBZ-95B. The damage on this weapon is 25 to 14.3 with a drop-off beginning at 8 meters and ending at 50 meters. Shots to kill in core mode are 4 to 7, and in hardcore mode that drops down to 3 to 5. There's not too much to talk about in this area of the QBZ-95B's statistics, but I want to point out one thing. Rate of fire is low, making the time to kill a little bit slower than it would be with a different weapon in the carbine class. It's important to note that, but I still find it easy to kill people at close range with this weapon. I don't know what it is, I just find that this weapon is a little easier to kill at closer range than other lower rate of fire weapons with the same damage. The rate of fire is 650 rounds per minute, muzzle velocity is 490 meters per second. Maximum range is 735 meters. You can fire this weapon on fully automatic and semi-automatic mode, and the suppressive effect is 7.0%. So now, like I said before, the QBZ-95B's fire rate is on the lower side in the carbine category. 650 rounds per minute is not fast, and it's not slow compared to other carbines. There are a lot of weapons that have a faster rate of fire, 800, 750, 700, even 900 for the MTAR. But there's still weapons that have a slower fire rate in the carbine class. The AKS-74U is exactly the same, and the SCAR H is lower, around 550 round per minute fire rate. So, if you take a look at the fire rate compared to other weapons, the QBZ-95B has a lower rate of fire, but the one key to this weapon is its controllability out to medium ranges. Usually a lower rate of fire means the controllability is a lot easier, and on the QBZ-95B that is exactly the case. So controllability is a little bit better on this weapon because of that lower fire rate. You should exploit that a lot. Reload times are 2.50 and 3.10 seconds on empty. Cancel time reloads are 2.125 and 2.625 seconds respectively. Threshold is 0.85 and the magazine size is 30 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. Now compared to a lot of the other weapons in this game, it has a slower reload time than most of them. But the thing about the QBZ-95B is that when you're using the weapon at meeting the ranges, you really don't have to worry about enemies coming up in your face. And now, yet again, I'm being a hypocrite with having close range gameplay on the Armory, but still, you know what I'm trying to say. Since it's a medium range weapon, longer reload times do not matter as much as they would with a longer reload time on a close range weapon, such as the FAMAS or with the MTAR in the carbine class. So it's a nice plus for the QBZ-95B. It's not the longest reload time in the carbine class for a medium range weapon, and it's not the shortest. It's right there in the middle. It will, take a little bit longer sometimes, but it's not that bad. Recoil for the first shot is 2.5 times, center speed is 18.0, recoil up is 0.2, left pull is 0.335, and right pull is 0.335. ADS spread values are pretty much standard for the carbine class, but the hipfire is better because it's a bullpup weapon, meaning it's easier to kill people with hipfire in closer range. The recoil patterns in the QBZ-95B are one of the most favorable in the carbine class. What it is, it's a primarily vertical recoil with a little bit of side-to-side wobble. With a left pull and right pull of both 0.335, you will experience a little bit of side-to-side wobble. That's a little bit harder to control than it is with a 0.2 side-to-side wobble like with the SCAR H. But still, the QBZ-95B is an easy control weapon. Just tug down your stick, and occasionally you may move it left and right while still tugging down to keep that recoil settled. It's a great strategy to make this recoil very easy to control, and by default it's a lot easier. So you can pull the trigger, hold it down for a little bit longer than you may with a higher fire rate weapon. And the hip fire on this weapon is also very, very good for a carbine, making it very awesome when hip firing, even out to medium ranges. It's still pretty accurate, which is pretty nice for this weapon. There may be only 2 recommended attachments, but they're still very, very useful. The heavy barrel unlocked at 80 kills will increase your vertical recoil to 0.230, resulting in a 15% increase. It increases the drop-off distance to 75 meters. It will increase muzzle velocity to 650 meters per second, resulting in an approximate 33% increase. It will decrease your aim down sight spread by about 75%, but increase hipfire spread on the contrary by about 33%, resulting in a little worse hipfire spread, but it's not that bad because of the bullpup design. So the heavy barrel on this weapon is a great option. It's one of the attachments that I highly recommend over anything else for this weapon. Now, the heavy barrel on the QBZ-95B is unique in that you can have the heavy barrel and a laser sight at the same exact time on the weapon. It's a very awesome thing for a weapon such as the QBZ-95B, where you want to exploit that hipfire while maintaining your longer range accuracy. I will talk about this in a little bit, but I want to point it out right now. The vertical recoil increase is not too bad, but that increase in muzzle velocity and drop-off distance will increase the QBZ-95B's medium range potential a whole lot more, making it very useful at those ranges. The laser sight unlocked at 20 kills will decrease your hipfire spread by around 50%. It's a very nice bonus, especially for a bullpup weapon. It's even accurate out to longer ranges, which is very nice for a weapon like this. So as you can tell by this demonstration, the laser sight is a huge, huge increase over what it is over the bullpup regular, default hipfire spread of the QBZ-95B. It's almost that of a pistol's hipfire spread, which is amazing. For a carbine, then you can hold the trigger down while not having to worry about the spread values getting too large. It's a great bonus for a weapon such as the QBZ-95B. Because of that lower fire rate, you can easily burst fire this weapon comfortably and maintain a very, very tight spread pattern, as I'm displaying to you guys right now. No secrets here, you guys already know the recommended class setup for the QBZ-95B, but let's just go over it one more time so we can talk about it more. So the Cobra sight, laser sight, and heavy barrel is your best bet for the QBZ-95B. Like I said, it's unique in that you can have a heavy barrel and a laser sight at the same exact time, sacrificing the need for the foregrip, which is not available on this weapon at all, but it's still a very, very nice bonus, negating the hipfire loss with the heavy barrel. So in some gameplay demonstration of this setup, you can see that the heavy barrel will increase the hipfire spread a little bit. That's a little bit more than what the laser sight default brings it to. But in reality, it's not that bad of a decrease. You still have a decrease in hipfire spread, with the laser sight and the heavy barrel attached together, which still provides you a bonus over the default hipfire spread, which still is a very, very nice bonus for a weapon such as the QBZ-95B, increasing its already lackluster close-range performance that much more. So I really don't have to explain the QBZ-95B too much in depth, because it already explains itself very well in its performance as a weapon without a statistical analyzation. The QBZ-95B, though it is unlocked, that requires a very difficult assignment to get. Killing that one vehicle with the repair torch is pretty hard if you do it legitly. You can boost it with a friend in a private lobby, but it's still a very hard assignment to complete because of that blowtorch kill you have to get with the assignment in order to unlock this weapon. But once you do, it is a very nice weapon. I'm extremely satisfied with this weapon. It almost makes me want to use this weapon over the AKS-74U out to medium ranges. But it's a little bit worse in terms of its first shot recoil. The AKS-74U, which is its closest competitor in the carbine class, has a first shot recoil that is still very, very nice, and that is a lot easier to control than the QBZ-95B has. So with that first shot recoil, you'll still be a little harder to burst fire with this weapon than it is with the AKS-74U. It's still nice, but out to medium ranges, the QBZ-95B will beat a lot of the carbines, though not in rate of fire, but in accuracy and controllability. Now that is it for today's episode of the Armory. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and you learned something new and useful. Now next episode, I'll be reviewing the Scar H carbine, which is a very, very odd weapon in the carbine class. It's going to require a lot of explanation for me to tell you guys exactly what it does. It's a unique weapon. The damage is not on par with the rest of the lower fire rate weapons in the game. It's kind of comparable to that of the G3A3. It's the G3 of the carbine class, but it does not perform as well as the G3 does. And I love the G3A3, but the Scar H is one of those weapons that really does not, make me happy when using it because of a few things I'll go over in next episode. But you guys may have noticed the better quality on the Armory intro. I re-exported that in my new render settings. It looks a lot better. It's less bright. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And the gameplay is of a lot better quality as well in terms of the video and how it looks. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, remember to give it a thumbs up. That really helps out a lot. I love likes. It's better than, views for me. Follow me on Twitter. And as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later.